everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I am Mrs. Best. We are here to go over a review for a new show. This is on WeTV, so y'all know it's going to be just a little bit ratchet and not make a lot of sense and make us question if it's real or fake. But it'll be a fun thing to discuss. We are going to go over the WeTV show, which is titled Age Inappropriate. This is basically a show about a bunch of couples that have crazy age gaps. Absolutely insane age gaps. Now, I did cover a similar show on Netflix. I will be sure to include the video at the end of this video. It'll pop up on the screen for you guys to click, so I'll be sure to do that. And I'm always fascinated by shows where we talk about the differences in age because it's just a fascinating topic that doesn't get tired. But be sure to like the video. Consider subscribing to the channel. We have a lot of playlists. There's a lot of content I'm adding, a lot of changes I'm trying to make, so we're always growing. Also see the links in the description of this video. There's other great creators that I sometimes collab with that you guys can subscribe to as well. And if you are new here, hey, Thug Life, and welcome in. Also, because this is a new show, I am going to start doing this by, just getting videos out. But if you guys enjoyed the show a lot, I don't mind going live to cover this. Just let me know in the comments how you guys felt about it. But let's get into Age Inappropriate. My goodness, today. So we're going to start and do this format the same way I did This Is Polly, Love After Lockup, Married at First Sight. We're just going to go over what happened with each couple in its entirety. We're going to start with Brooke and Kai. They are from Tampa, Florida. They don't have the biggest age gap. There's a 19-year age gap. Brooke is a 47-year-old woman who has been married 5 times. And Kai is a 28-year-old medical sales consultant. They met at work because she used to be an optometrical assistant. I cannot say the word, but I know what she does. Ophthalmology is an interesting field, so I know what she does, and I'm happy that she did have that job. But they met on the job. He does medical sales, and she worked in medicine. They've only known each other for 2 years. After they met, I guess they were intimate with each other in a rental car, and they did everything fast. They've only been together for 2 years, but I believe they're like married, committed, all this crazy stuff. So we learned that she does OnlyFans, which didn't surprise me based on the cleavage that she was given. I said, okay, girl, you are trying to give me and show me every single bit of your titties that you can. And I'm not mad at her because they looked good. If I was 47 and my tits looked like her, I'd show them off too. So you go, Brooke. I'm not mad at you, girl. But she threw me off because 5 marriages, 1, huge red flag, and 2, you're trying to date men way younger than you. Another red flag. You have kids probably his age. It's another red flag. And you do OnlyFans. And you're a top 3% creator. I didn't know that OnlyFans creators could be rated. But that tells me she's making a lot of money and is well known and popular. Now, later on in the episode, because everything seemed hunky-dory and good at first. Until she's filming OnlyFans content. They're preparing to do so. And his phone is going off like crazy. He goes to look at his phone, and it's his family blowing him up. Apparently, their families don't know they do OnlyFans. So she lies to people about what she's doing at work. Nobody knows. And I'm like, nobody paid attention to the fact that she has a lot more than a person with her. I mean, if she was the ophthalmologist, fine, but she's just the assistant. So it's like, y'all didn't think her lifestyle did not match like the field of work y'all thought she was in. I thought that was interesting. Now I'm kind of curious to meet the family. But they were definitely giving Cammie, Nita, and Trent from This Is Polly because the family is like a big deal of them finding out she makes adult content. And he goes in a room. She goes in and finds out. And then she asks to be D-Mike, says she's going to leave the house. All because she's freaking out about how his family feels. Now, on one end, I'm like, it's a good thing that she cares because she was like, I'm a mother. I know how your mother probably feels. But on the other hand, baby, it's a choice that you made and you making a lot of money. You better tell the family to get over it and take them on a vacation or something. Okay. Why are we going to, they can feel how they feel. But unless you guys are like super strict in religion, like I don't see the problem. If people make their money on OnlyFans, let them make their money on OnlyFans. It is what it is. But they didn't give us much. for the first meeting. So I'm kind of like, this was the premiere episode. I mean, there are some couples we did not even get to meet, but I feel like they'll be interesting. But they definitely reminded me of Cammie, Nita, and Trent. We're going to get into the next couple, which is the couple that I feel is on some scam and BS, aka Tyisha and Dr. Eric Holt. Now, she is 33 and he is 74 years old. He is 74 years old and he has been married 4 times. This is his 5th marriage. In addition to that, his marriages ended because he was a big cheat. I'm like, wait a minute, girl, because the way Tyisha's attitude is, this is the laziest housewife I've ever seen on television. Okay? And maybe in real life. So Dr. Eric is a nephrologist, stuff with the kidneys and things of that nature. He makes good money and he has 2 adult daughters. His daughters don't like Ty, and I see why. We open up the episode with her trying to make him breakfast and discovering there's no groceries in the house and ordering stuff. And then when they were talking about it, she was like, how come you didn't grocery shop? Girl, bye. You sitting at home doing nothing, spending this man who should have been retired 10 years ago's money. And you expect him to do the grocery shopping? What are you doing with your day? Like, separate from anybody, what are you doing with your day? Because you're not rich enough for staff. But baby, Instacart exists, DoorDash, Uber Eats. You could grocery shop at all of those. What is the reason? Because she said to him at one point, that's just what my generation do. You feel me? We order stuff. I'm the same age as Tyisha. Well, I'm a year older than her. I'm 34 and this woman is 33. Okay, yes, our generation orders, baby, but I still cook for my man and I grocery shop. What's wrong with you? That don't got nothing to do with rich or any of that. I don't like how this chick moves. So it gets worse. There's no prenup, but we don't need to be worried about there being no prenup because there's no prenup. He don't have her name on any of the deeds to any of the homes he owns. The family don't like her. His will says that anything he got goes to his 2 daughters. And Tyisha's like, what am I going to get? What if he closes his eyes and don't wake up? Then what do I get? Why are you thinking about that? Did you get with this man? Because no shade, she talked like she ratchet and don't know no better. And her little friends that we saw on the scene look like they are. And then your name is Tyisha. I'm off the rip. I'm looking at you with a side eye. And I'm like, you with a 74-year-old man when you're an attractive young woman and you're not doing a doggone thing with yourself or for yourself because he's the one paying for your hair, your nails, and your makeup. She was just a problem and doesn't want to do anything. She don't want to cook or do nothing, but she wants her name to be put on the deed of the house. She wants to be put in the will. She's like, what happens to me if we break up? Girl, if he passes on, everything goes to his daughters. So maybe you want to go be nice to his daughters so that they will be willing to financially secure and take care of you. But instead, you're so worried about it coming all to you. And that's probably why they don't like you. You're not likable thus far, Tyisha. But this is episode 1. I'm going to try and give her a pass. But I do not like people who move like this. I feel like this lady is a scamming gold digger. I do. And I hate that she's doing this to an older person. Like, girl, please. But then at the same time, she may be his karma based on how they explain things. So I'm kind of in the middle with these two. But Tyisha, if you're not going to cook and clean and shop, can you drive the car? Because he almost hit someone. Talk about, oh, he was in my blind spot driving a brand new truck. Now, I drive a little Hyundai SUV. When people are in my blind spot, there's a little yellow light on the side in my side mirror that lights up. And I know, hey, this is not the time to merge. I am sure his truck had that. This is why I say all the time that not everybody needs to be on the road. Once you get to a certain age and start driving below certain limits, you don't need to be on this road, okay? And I hate that he gave in to that. Then I guess they don't use Bluetooth or any of that in the car. They were discussing it. It seemed like she'd be bringing up that he's so old as often as she can. Now, they go furniture shopping because he bought a house that she's supposed to furnish. And I'm like, well, why are you with her? Because if y'all peep, Dr. Eric said that he wrote her a check. He gave her a blank check so that she could go furnish this house. So if you gave her a blank check, why are you having to buy furniture for the house, sir? You better tell her, where's that check I gave you? That's how we paying. Call this girl's bluff and put her out because she just trifling. This girl ain't shit. I'm sorry, y'all. I have to say it. Tyisha ain't shit. It's not helpful. It's not helpful. But I don't know. She's also a little rude when talking to him about things, saying he's always embarrassing her while they're out. They go to the house and she has done nothing with it. It's a beautiful house and he says it's his dream house. But he's like, I'm disappointed in the progress because I wrote you a blank check and nothing's gone. She had one little room decorated that did look like a room that she rushed to put together. And this bitch had the audacity to say, well, maybe I would decorate the house if my name was on it. Girl, it's not about you. He said he was in medical school in 1980 something. Baby, before ChatGPT and Google existed, he worked hard for this. Don't play with him. This is a terrible example of an age gap in a relationship. This girl is a gold digger. I don't see any part of the relationship as being serious. I really don't. It's given what they did with This Is Poly, how we had couples on there that weren't really poly, like Bree and Marley, who are running around doing shows about what it's like to be with people who are different sizes. And like, please cast appropriately, because I just cannot take Tyisha seriously or this man. But I think it's crazy to say, if you want me to decorate, then you need to put my name on the house. You think you're going to strong arm him into that? You're about to end up getting a divorce before he passes away and you're going to get nothing. People like Tyisha are terrible. She just gives lazy and wretched. And I, you know, the most unlazy thing she does is sleep with this man, probably. And that's about it. I know his old self is tearing her up in the bedroom, okay? He's giving it all he got. He probably writing his own Viagra prescriptions. Whatever the heck. I don't like her for him, but they show, you know how they show the clips of the episodes that we're going to see in the next week? They showed a clip of him for what's going to happen in the season saying, if I found her, I could go and get me another one. So I feel like she just might be his problem. Like, he's a doctor and an OG, but he also gives, he might be a little bit of a hoe. Just saying, just saying, just saying. Now, the next couple we're going to discuss, beautiful people, is going to be Vic and Carolyn. Carolyn is 24. Vic is 50. And while this doesn't seem like the biggest age difference, I'm grossed out by Vic because she looks like she's in high school in the face. She looks like she's in high school. Now, she's very smart. She's an analyst, so obviously she was getting stuff done at a young age, but I don't like how they move. I just don't. I'm very grossed out by the situation because Vic and her have been together for 3 years. They're not married. She's 24, 23, 22, 21. So, sir, you were 47 years old dating a 21-year-old? That's low-key perversion. That's all I'm going to say. That's weird. I wouldn't want him around my kids, my teenage kids. Hell, I wouldn't want him around any kid I have that's under the age of 25. Because why? There's something wrong with him to want her, and she can't understand that because men her age are probably equally stupid. And so she probably is feeling like she's damned if she does and damned if she doesn't. But he's been married before, and it seems like commitment is just a struggle with him. They are definitely in different spaces. He likes to be outside. He's an entrepreneur, owns a lot of businesses. He prioritizes those businesses over her. Now, I was talking to my husband about it because he was like, well, he's a businessman. Like, sometimes wanting to be with people who are successful or financially well off means that there are times you're not going to see them when you want to. I think Vic be BSing and using his businesses as a way to party and cheat on this girl, though, because it was very strange, the fake little business meeting he had. It just did not make sense. Now, he be coming home late, and I guess Carolyn is she's sick and tired of it. They're supposed to have a date. He took her on a date to one of his businesses, had her waiting forever and ever and ever before he came down. Looked like nobody else was tending to the other customers in the business because he's having this weird meeting upstairs. And he goes down to have the date with her, cooks up some food, but she was just really annoyed. And I don't blame her because he was like, okay, after this, we're going to go next door to the bar. And she's like, I want to go home. I have to work in the morning. And she's an analyst, so she uses her brain. And she ends up leaving. And he's like, I'll be home by midnight. She's like, don't even touch me. This girl is so young. If she was going through this at 34 and he was his same age, if women his age don't want him and can't make it work, it's probably not going to work with the younger ones. The only difference a younger woman has against a woman his age, honestly, is looks and sex. That's it, and that's all. Nobody who is confident and secure in himself is going to want to deal with a guy named Vic. Now, he seems like he's very hungry as it relates to getting work done and his businesses, but he seems like trash. Like, he seems like trash just as a person, like just entire trash. Can't stand him. Cannot stand him. But I'm curious to see what happens with these two, because he act like he don't want a relationship, but then he low-key like works to keep her around. And that's the part that throws me off with him. I don't like Vic worth a damn. Cannot stand Tyisha worth a damn. Those two so far I'm just like disgusted with. Now, the last couple we got in this premiere episode was Drew and Janet. He's 40 and she's 59. Please don't cancel me, y'all, but I don't think that's that big of an age gap. I really don't. Just because once you're over 35, even if the person's significantly older or younger than you, I feel like at least you're both somewhat in a space of knowing who you are, being confident in self, things like that. This couple I think will be okay. I'm not going to lie. Now, they have a 19-year age gap because he's 40, she's 59. They did meet in a club because Janet has a career as like a club promoter, it looks like, in Atlanta. So I'm sure she's out late and all of these things. Now, here are the red flags. She met them while at work in the club. And he was at the club with his ex. So you just meet up people that you end up in a relationship with while you're on dates with your ex? That's absolutely crazy. So that was a red flag with him. And it obviously caused trust issues. And it sounds like early in the relationship, he cheated. But it sounds like they have medical problems. Janet is going to be turning 60. She meets with her friend who had an Amara La Negra afro on and a cute little vibe. But her friend was dumb as the wall. Okay? Because he seemed to care about her a lot and want her to live and went through it when she had her mild stroke. And Janet is out with her friend talking about the relationship. And she's like, I just want him to level up. He needs to retire me. You've only been with him for 3 years. You just met him. And honestly, you're 60 years old. You should be retiring yourself. What if you didn't meet this man? Was you just going to be in the club shaking your ass and helping to throw dollars until you was 70? No. Why is it his job to retire you? You've not been together that long. Just because someone's your husband don't mean that you get the husbandly duties and expectations of a husband you've been with for 10 years compared to 3. Now, I understand you wanting your man to level up, but he's a hard worker. So I was looking at them like, what is the problem? He's a hard worker. He has a job. He cares about you. You looking for shit to complain about with your friend, and you need to grow up. And that's probably why you were alone at 59 instead of having a man outside of this younger one. Because you move like a younger woman. This is some shit a woman in her 20s would do. Like, huh? I just don't see the error in his ways aside from the cheating. And same way you catch him is the same stuff you'll deal with and how you'll lose him. So outside of that, I don't see much of a problem. But I hope that she doesn't just let her friend make all her decisions. That's really all we got from them, y'all. It wasn't a lot. It was kind of a milder season premiere. But I'm going to give this show a try. I'm going to give it a try. And as I always say, in the words of Auntie Mariah, I'm going to do the best I can with what I got. That's all we can do. That is all we can do. But I appreciate everybody for watching this review of Age Inappropriate. I will continue to give it a little trial period of a few weeks, see how it does. Let me know how you guys feel about the show if you're watching. Later today, I'm going to have my Raising Canaan review up. That'll be up at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Be sure to tap into that review for the series finale. Tomorrow, I will be live. I will be going over Put a Ring on It, Cheat Hab. There's a lot that is being added. I'm also covering Real Housewives of Ultimate Girls Trip, The Roaring 20s. That's coming back. So we have a lot of content coming on the channel. Let me know what you're watching, what you're not watching. Either way, I appreciate you guys. Be sure to stream also B3ST as for other ways to support myself and the B3ST Entertainment. And I hope y'all enjoy your day. We'll see you next time. Peace.